that I'm learning from. So I could see that people are actually making a lot of money from property. And then remember, I grew up in a township whereby the rentals, these people had 2 rooms and garage. They had those shacks inside there, but it was not a matter of they were not hungry to create a property portfolio. But from my perspective, from the moment that I laid the first brick building that cottage, I knew that I wanted to earn extra income. Like Dean has already shared, I also saw from my employment. Hence, when you ask about white people, all white people owning property, yes, I had that stereotype before, but when I got into a workplace, I found that there are white people who don't even own properties. Then from that perspective, then I said, no, I don't want to live like this. I don't want to be in a situation whereby I only rely on my income only, because I could see what relying on income does to a person. It also did that to me. You end up being frustrated at work. You end up being a gossip monger. When people get positions, you want to become a gossip monger. So I wanted to pull away from that crowd. So I wanted to do things differently for myself. Hence, when I got into a workplace, immediately I started investing in property, because that's the drive I had. I think the most thing about me is that I have the drive, and I also like implement all the time. When I learn new information, if you share new information with me, I implement. Like you share the monetization information on social media, I implemented that and I'm earning from that. So I think with me is the drive and desire, and also knowing that for the lifestyle that I want to live, I have to put more.
Mm. So the mindset that it takes to move from the traditional employment thinking. I mean, you started welding when you were 18 and you worked in different positions till you were about 35, 34, 35
Yeah.
before you were retrenched as well.
Yes.
I mean, that's a series of things that have happened in your life that could have caused anyone to think, you know what, let me just quit and leave the state. One, you overcame the barrier where your father was saying, make a plan to get the money, to get educated. Two, when you got retrenched, it could have been a blow to your self esteem, it could have been a blow to your plans, but you took that and pivoted into property. What is it that made you pivot? And what do you think is the mindset that you employed from the beginning when your father told you do it yourself?
It's a clear vision, right? It's like
So you had a vision for
I had
property already?
no, it wasn't. I didn't know property would be the vehicle that would assist me in achieving what I wanted to do. That didn't matter. The industry didn't matter. What was important is that I had a vision when I'm 40 or 45 or whatever. This is the type of life I want to live. And again, it's not down to material items. It's that I wanted a life where I live my life on my terms, my decisions, and I have a beautiful home. I have a beautiful family. I don't have to worry about life can throw challenges at me, but it's not down to a job making decisions that we no longer want to use you anymore, or we're not going to give you an increase. It just looked like, I'm not going to say the white picket fence, but it looked like I was in control of the type of life I live.
Mm.
And I think having that vision tells you that we know that we all have challenges in our lives, whether it's from health or you lose your job or just certain circumstances happen. And you know, like as long as you've got the vision and you've been very clear at your goal can change or your 20-year plan can change, but you're still working towards what the end outcome is. And I started many businesses within things that I thought I knew in IT and that, but I kept failing at them. And I thought at times you do think you're failing because you're not competent or you don't have that edge in you. But it's not about that. It's about doing things that's right for your personality and what's going to get you there. So me starting an IT company while working in IT, doing coding and coding, I do coding for 8, 9 hours a day. Now in the my own IT company, I've got to code another 8, 9 hours a day. It's 24 hours in a day. When do I rest? When do I strategize? When do I grow? So I found I was actually working 2 jobs. And if you work in 2 jobs, well, one of them is going to fail. And it wasn't that I was failing because I wasn't hardworking and I wasn't focused. I was failing because I didn't have a strategy and a proper plan. I was just trading time for money. I thought I work extra hours, like you spoke earlier about the extra jobs in that. That's going to get me there. It's not. And I think it's that mindset and coming across, like I said, the YouTube videos, coming across people that have a different way of thinking, open it up. But you're still skeptical, right? When you haven't tried something yet, you're going to be skeptical. But I think it's having the freedom or confidence to say what you have to lose. And I think that's what I said. I had a 20-year plan or 50, whatever. I had a long-term plan of what my life looked like. But I also painted in my picture, if I just stay at a steady IT job, what does my life look like 20 years from now? And I thought it looked very average. And I was like, one life, I dedicate 30 or 40 years for a company. This is the best I can do. Like if I project to 20 years out, and I'm optimistic that there's a limit, there's a cap. And I thought if I can find a business that's passive that I can do in parallel, with leveraging the right people who have the expertise and skill, it's limitless. It's actually limitless to what I can achieve. So not only can work towards what my financial freedom figure is or lifestyle, but I can actually, the potential is exponential. It really is.
What sort of advantages do you think getting into the property space and investing and actually starting a business, even if you were employed, help you with? I mean, you started out as an admin, but when I look at your story, I see that there's a lot of pivoting that happened. But while keeping what you currently had at that particular time, you had the job, then you did the property, then it's the education, then it's learning how to earn interest, then it's the social media marketing. You pivoting into different things. Do you have ADHD or something?
No, I'm not sure. I think it's the fact that I'm too inquisitive. Like I said that once I learn something from someone, I just want to try out and see if it can work. And fortunately, it works for me. All the time it works for me. I was even telling someone that even if I can try out a different business, it's going to work for me because we've tried that with selling as well. Each and every time we would sell any different item, it will always work. So I think it's the inquisitiveness to say that I want to learn this and then I want to implement it and try it out. So that basically worked for me. It worked for me. So everything that I try out, it just goes outstanding. I'm not sure about the mental health, so I need to go maybe and check that. And I feel that the most important
ADHD is
thing
not a mental health. Is it a mental health?
Condition.
It's a condition.
The
the
condition.
condition. Okay, I
For you know why I'm asking? I'm asking deliberately. Some of my team members always say I don't sit still and I start too many things. I have ADHD. So you guys say I have a condition, eh?
You may have many conditions with this. We don't know.